y'all, it's your girl Crystal Gem. If you are new here, I do videos about music, movies, TV shows, books, fandom culture, nostalgia content, etc. So today I was watching Bratz fashion pics. Today I was watching Bratz Passion for Fashion Diamondz. So basically there is a competition between two magazine companies, Bratz magazine versus Your Thing magazine. Now basically both companies have to get their girls across the country, and they are driving 18-wheelers. Like, this is some road trip type of situation, and the host seemed to be a reality TV star, so I'm guessing this is a reality TV show that the Bratz had got on. But Chloe is not a fan of road trips because of the weird encounters that you see on the road. Now Brian takes notes of this, and you can obviously tell that he's going to brew something up for their TV show. And while they were traveling across the country to the first stop, Chloe sees this hitchhiker over and over and over again, and for some reason her friends don't see it, but they get to the first town, and both magazines companies have to pick a person to travel with them. And so their first pick was this Mandy girl, and in the movies you can hear her country accent, and you can basically tell by her clothes that she's a country girl. So the Bratz take Mandy to this first rest stop food place, and you can tell that the waitress is Brian, obviously, and he is sitting there telling them this stupid lore about this ghost hitchhiker, and we obviously know that Chloe is going to believe what he is saying, while the other girls didn't believe what he was saying. Now Mandy did go to the bathroom, and we can get a shot of someone putting nails by somebody's truck, so it's obviously that somebody is trying to sabotage one of the magazine's companies. So they find Mandy, and they go back to the restaurant, and they see the hitchhiker. This scares them, and they drive off immediately. So they are driving, and they apologize to Chloe. Now Mandy makes it about herself for some reason, and Chloe, being a nice girl that she is, promised that they're going to keep going, and they're going to get her to that fashion show in New York. Now they cut to Berdine and the Tweevils. The Tweevils have a problem with the new girl on their tour, or that they chose for the contest. She is basically a triplet to the Tweevils. Now they pick at this girl, and she ends up dropping that fake French accent, and this girl basically got a smart mouth and a very, very country accent, and she leaves the tour. Like, they ended up their tire ended up getting busted, and that girl Crispy or whatever, she called her dad, and she ended up leaving immediately. But that girl Crispy, whatever her name is, she gets entitled brat. She acts like the Tweevils. Like, I don't understand how they wasn't the best of friends, because she acts just like them. No wonder why Berdine chose her. Like, it's crazy. But now we get to the second town, and the Bratz only make it there because, Berdine truck tire had got flat. They picked their second candidate, and this candidate is accused of stealing the Bratz's stuff, and the new candidate swore she didn't steal anything, and she unfortunately got disqualified. And you can see Mandy's face, and it's obviously that she set that other girl up. And then we cut to a scene to Mandy messing with Berdine's truck. So basically the truck she is the person that sabotaged the truck in the first place. So I'm guessing that Mandy was the person that sabotaged the truck the first time, and that is why they got a flat tire. And now she's doing it the second time, and I guess she's messing with the brakes or something. But I don't know why Mandy's doing this, but this is crazy. But now we're headed to the next city, and Berdine and the Tweevils switch the signs because they think that the Bratz sabotaged their truck because of Mandy weird ass, bro. This led to the Bratz taking a wrong turn, and they ended somewhere in the countryside. But it seemed like they ended up in like a weird cornfield place or something. So they obviously noticed that they took a wrong turn, and now Chloe is paranoid. because of the cornfields. They are in the cornfield and they hear someone running in the field. And honestly, this leaves the girl scared, but it's just some random old girl in the field. They introduce themselves and you can tell that this girl is a fan of theirs. And the Bratz notice her cool outfits that she had put on the scarecrows. And the Bratz like Sheridan clothes and they want to invite her onto the tour. But you can tell that Mandy is not a fan of this idea. She's not really fond of it. Like, you can always see Mandy just hating in the back, bro. And it's so obvious because when they were at Sheridan's house, Sheridan talks about how no one wants to see her and that she is scared to model in front of millions of people, and Mandy for some reason wants to amplify her fear. And the Bratz ain't picking up on how shady Mandy is. It's obviously she wants to be the only contestant in this contest. Like, how are y'all not picking this up? Like, are y'all a little slow or something? But they, you know how every Bratz movie is. We get into a makeover montage. They turn Sheridan from nerd to baddie and basically taking away her glasses, undoing her 2 little plates on her head. And the Bratz give her some encouragement and practice on how to model, and she absolutely kills it. And you can see Mandy hating in the back, like always. I'm on Mandy's ass, bro. Mandy is always hating and always being shady. Now her parents sees this and tells her to go to her room because her parents don't agree with this fashion for passion type of thing that she has going on. Now we cut to Birdie and the Tweevils, and they are playing a card game, and they notice that the cows are floating and they see a UFO, and they run for their lives, and the UFO stops in front of them, and Birdie says it's the best for them to get abducted. And I'm like, that is interesting for her to say that. Now Sheridan and the Bratz try to convince her parents to let her go, and they aren't convinced, but Sheridan does some outfits for the Bratz, and the Bratz prefer her original designs. Now they gather all of her designs and put them in the truck. Her parents finally agree to let her go to New York, and well, you look at that, hating ass Mandy steals the truck and steals Sheridan's designs, bro. I'm telling you, this girl been shady. Mandy been shady since she's been shady since they got her on the freaking tour, bro. I can't stand this girl. And it took the Bratz to realize that she was the one that sabotaged Birdie's truck and that she blamed Tiffany for stealing. Now, you know, since Mandy had stole the truck and stole Sheridan's designs, luckily, Sheridan's mother had a car for the girls and gave them the car, and you know, it helped them get them to New York. And they were able to head on their way to New York, but they ended up encountering the hitchhiker again. Now Chloe gathers the courage and confronts the hitchhiker. The hitchhiker was obviously Brian. Okay, bro, like where's the common sense in this movie, bro? It's obviously Brian. He's been messing with y'all the entire time, and he's obviously was behind the floating cows and the UFO, and he's obviously was behind the hairy waitress getup. Like, how did y'all see? Now, I know y'all can tell a man that's in a woman's getup, bro. You can't sit there and see that and be like, ain't this Brian? He just dressed up like a lady. Exactly. Like, come on now. Y'all put 2 and 2 together. The girls do not have no common sense in this movie. And you can obviously tell. Now, the Bratz don't appreciate this, but this doesn't stop them from continuing the competition and heading to New York. And we get to New York and we see Birdie and the Tweevils make it to New York. And I'm kind of confused on how they made it there. And it's obviously that Kirsty and Christy have to model for Your Thing magazine. And they look a hot mess. Like, nobody was cheering for them. But, you know, the Tweevils always look a hot mess. And Birdie is too traumatized about that alien stunt that Brian pulled on them. And I really thought that part was funny. Like, that girl was acting a fool. She didn't even have time to think about her magazine company because of what Brian did. Like, Brian should have never did that prank on them. Like, having that old lady senile and everything, bro. Now Mandy decides to get to New York and decides to represent Bratz magazine, and she literally wears Sheridan's designs and pass them as her own. So the Bratz tell Brian about what happened with Mandy, and he talks about rules and things of that nature and how Sheridan is not part of the 3 towns that they had to choose people from. And so the Bratz blackmailed him about the little stunts that he pulled on the tour, and so he gives in and he lets them enter her in the competition. So the Bratz tells Sheridan to do the original designs that they were introduced with, and these outfits look so good. These outfits are something I would wear, and Sheridan did her thing on the runway, and you can tell the crowd was feeling her outfits, and Sheridan ends up winning the competition. And Mandy is looking real mad, bro. Like, her hating ass is in the crowd just mad, and so she decides to, hit Brian upside the head and steal the go-go boots, which was one of the prize for this competition. Like, Mandy, you a thief and a hater. Now they but she been a thief and a hater, bro. Like, now they find Brian and he's giving apologies over this 2000s 90s R&B background music. Like, what was going on with the writers of this movie, bro? I'm like, let's cut with the whole apologies and stuff. Like, Byron, we don't care. Like, we do not care about them little stunts that you pull. That girl just hit you side of the head and stole them go-go boots. The girls run after Mandy trying to get the boots back, and Byron tells his cameraman to capture the footage. Now, the Bratz end up in the subway and Mandy gets away, but Sheridan ends up finding her, and they end up running through the subway tunnels. A train is coming, and hating ass Mandy gets her boot stuck in the track, and Sheridan helps her just for her to still be a bad person. She thought she could get away, but the Bratz caught her. But everything ends well. Sheridan becomes a famous designer and things like that, and hating ass Mandy didn't, and Byron gets a new season because of the footage that he caught of the Bratz running after Mandy for stealing them go-go boots. And Byron also let the girls do a winter photo shoot with this famous designer, and Sheridan becomes famous. Like I said again, like, she becomes famous. She's she gets to design clothes and stuff like that, and her parents are proud of her and things of that nature. And Byron takes the girls shopping in New York City, because how can you go to New York City and not go shopping? Obviously. Now, they really should have showed us what happened to hating ass Mandy. Like, did she go to jail for framing that girl, for framing Tiffany for stealing? Did she go to jail for hitting Byron upside the head? Like, I wonder, did she even get social media hate for being a bad person? Like, you was a thief, and you was a liar, and you was a hater. It's just like, ugh. Like, but here's the thing with this movie, I ain't gonna even lie to you, y'all. This movie definitely, the girls don't got no common sense in this movie, but it was really entertaining to watch. So I'm gonna do another one. Let me know about what Bratz movies y'all want me to do next. So that is it for today. Please like, share, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later.